There's a doctrine that's propagated, family, and perpetuated in cemeteries or seminaries. It begins with the Catholic Church, and they look to even change the commandments. And there was even a period that they wouldn't let people read their Bibles. Now, people will say, look at the thief on the cross. All he did was believe. No, he had faith. And faith without works is dead. And his faith had works on the cross. Look at what he did. You look, and there was an action involved in his faith. So I'm going to read some scripture. And it is that Yehoshua is lamb without blemish. But he also came to magnify law and make it honorable. That's, I believe it's Isaiah 42:21. But bear with me, because I'm not the best at navigating my Bible. So I'm going to go to these verses and read. First, I'm going to read Deuteronomy 6:25. And I believe this talks about how keeping his commandments is our righteousness, and they're also, I believe, their works. Deuteronomy 6:25. Okay. Yeah, it's short. This is the end of the chapter. So, and it's okay. I'm gonna start from verse number 24. Actually, the Lord commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear the Lord, and to fear Yah, our Eloah, our God, for our good always, that He might preserve us alive, as it is at this day. And it shall be our righteousness. And it shall be our righteousness to keep his statutes, to fear Yah. And it shall be our righteousness. And I'm beginning from 25 again. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before Yah, our Eloah, as he hath commanded us. Okay? That's our righteousness, family. And this is, you read what's with no basis. These dumb pastors say, I don't even know what they say about the Old Testament, but they're regurgitated lines that they have. But our Father doesn't change. 1,000 years is a day. So you tell me, there's 12 gates and there's not a Gentile gate. Okay, I'm going to read Revelation 12:9. And this is talking about the world being deceived. Revelation 12:9. And the dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Okay? Now what does that look like if he deceives the whole world? What if it looks like this doctrine that's propagated, this lawless... Look, they don't need... people think the Sabbath is Sunday. People eat unclean. People think it's impossible. What is the Christian line? Now, I'm mocking the worldly form, family, because that's against us. And if asked, I'm a Christian, family. But what is the Christian? It's not. They're not Christians, family. But what is the Christian line? It's impossible to keep the Ten Commandments. Yeah. Okay, so in the lying pen of the scribe, we have manuscripts. There's nothing hidden that won't be uncovered, and knowledge will increase. And that's exactly what's taking place right now. Is knowledge is increasing. Everything's coming. Everything's being revealed. And even people like me are finding out the truth. Everything that they've tried to hide with their false doctrine. And I see that this video is drawing close to ending. I don't have much time, but all right, Hebrews 11:7 is what I'm going to. And the other one, if I don't get it to it, is Malachi 3:6. It talks about Yah not changing. Okay, He doesn't change. So, yeah, what's another Christian line that they say that our Father is different in the Old Testament? No, family. And you look, and stoning's very appropriate. The thing is, a little leaven turns the whole batch. So if you're going to have one person that's going to kill everybody by their sin, you understand? That's why there's an appropriateness for stoning, family. Because stopping that one person is going to keep, and sin is to the detriment of us, family. Now, I'm not advocating for stoning, but I'm saying our Father has always been perfect. Every step of the way. Every step of the way has been perfect, family. We're the ones that have made a mess. But I'm going to go to Hebrews 11:7 to hit home, to strike, hit home with how faith is not just belief, family. Faith without works is dead. And it's hold on. And there's we'll just actually, I want you to read Hebrews 11:7. In essence, it says, by faith, a number of people did things, and it's their actions in faith that's their faith, family. I'm gonna see if so I'm not gonna go to Hebrews 11. Okay, I'm gonna go to Romans 1:5. I'm gonna quickly try to do this, see if I can navigate over here quick. And it talks about faith with obedience. Hebrews 1:5. By whom we have received grace and apostleship for obedience to the faith among all nations for his name. And also I wanted you to look at, this is kind of coupled with that, Romans 16:25. It also talks about prophecy too. And Yehoshua, I think, being made known by that. Now, the thing is, family, go to straightasthegate.net. And I believe that they handle scripture correctly. Everything's self-evident. All scripture's profitable for, I think it is for reproof, but we have a choice, family. We'll decide what we want.